Hey NASCAR fans, welcome to my channel. Welcome one and all. Well, I got a pumpkin yesterday, and we're going to carve this bad boy tonight. We got to get some candles later on. Got some laundry to do. So before I get into all that, I want to talk about the Kansas weekend, ARCA, Xfinity Cup. And then we're going to talk about Martinsville. So last week at Kansas, Ty Gibbs locked up the ARCA Menards Championship for 2021, driving the 18 Toyota. So congratulations, Ty Gibbs, on checking that off his list. Then we get to Xfinity Series, where Ty Gibbs went to victory lane in 54, scoring the 54's car 11th win of the season. C. Bell won New Hampshire in the 54. Kyle Busch won his races in the 54. Ty Gibbs has, four or five wins in the 54 this year. So yeah, then we get to the Cup race. The Cup race was a 17-year marker of when the Hendrick Motorsports plane went down, killing 10 individuals, including Rick Hendrick's brother, his wife, their twin daughters, the engine builder Doran, Tony Stewart's helicopter pilot, and of course little Ricky, and a couple others. Now, I watched this race in 04, October 24th, 2004. Jimmy Johnson won the race, did a burnout against the wall. They didn't have a victory lane that day. They actually cut to the hall behind pit wall, and there's a NASCAR guy, I can't think of his name for the life of me, older gentleman, a white mustache, no longer with us, but he said that they lost the Hendrick Motorsports plane and went down somewhere heading for Martinsville. And then later on we find out that, the 10 individuals killed. And the next time we get Atlanta, they had a sticker made up of all the 10 souls that perished in a helicopter. In that airplane crash a week prior. And they all turned their hats backwards. Terry Labonte was the driver of the 5, Brian Vickers the 25, his rookie year, Jeff Gordon 24, and Jimmy Johnson 48. And Brian Vickers and Little Ricky was really close, best friends. And I remember I got the NASCAR in 2002. I don't want to say the mid 2002, but kind of third or fourth race of the season I got into NASCAR. And then I got to watch Brian Vickers move to the 5 car to run for his Busch Series championship, which he did capture. Then move into the 25 GMAC car, which I think Little Ricky put him in that 5 car, and also opted to put him in the 25 car for 2004. But long story short, a very emotional day, and I got a little choked up myself when it happened. I can't remember who went to victory lane in Atlanta. I may have looked that race up on YouTube and checked that race out. But kind of shaped my memory a little bit, but yeah, so Kyle Larson driving the 5, HendrickCars.com Chevrolet, blue and white. Kind of looks like, when I seen that paint scheme, it reminded me of Little Ricky. It really did, of the number 5 GMAC. And also, he won a race at Kansas, Little Ricky did in 2001, driving the blue and white 17 GMAC Chevy. So, 17 years later, I can't believe the plane crash was 17 years ago. But 17 years later, instead of Little Ricky getting the company, Jeff Gordon has left Fox Broadcasting to take a vice chairman role to be the second chair to Rick Hendrick. Rick Hendrick's going to step down from day-to-day operations, and Jeff Gordon's going to oversee the shop and the teams and everything, and be the one in charge. Now everybody's like, well, how's Jeff Gordon going to run Hendrick Motorsports the same as Rick Hendrick's been running it? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? That's my main motto. So, again, Jeff Gordon getting that role next year, beginning in January. But Kansas, Kyle Larson took that blue and white HendrickCars.com to victory lane to score his 9th win of the season. The week prior at Texas, he won his 8th win of the season, leading 256 laps, locking himself in a championship for the first time in his career he's running for a championship. Doesn't matter what happens at Kansas, doesn't happen at Martinsville, he's locked in. So, ARCA, Ty Gibbs locked up the ARCA Menards Championship. Ty Gibbs won the Xfinity Series race in the 54, the 11th win of the season. The week prior at Texas, John Hernimacek scored the victory in the Ramco Toyota for his second Xfinity Series win. So two weeks in a row, there's been a playoff spoiler. 2 non-regulars. So now we're fast forwarding to Martinsville, which the trucks are today, and the Xfinity Series race is today also, then tomorrow's Cup, and then we got one race remaining in the season. Now, I heard rumors that it could be rained out. It poured for the past 2 days here in Kentucky, and it's kind of clearing up a little bit now. It looks a little gloomy. Don't know. I didn't check the radar yet, but Virginia's not that far from Kentucky. It's below, and I'm not really sure if all this rain's going to head down there, but I've heard rumors that it will be rained out. And but I just want to wish all the best of luck to the truck drivers competing for the championship. Which championship for? We'll find out, tonight for Truck and Xfinity, what four is going to be racing for the championship at Phoenix next week. And tomorrow night, we're going to find out what 3 other drivers are going to be competing with Kyle Larson for the championship next season. Now, my truck pick today is probably going to end up being... Will it be a playoff spoiler? I don't know. I'm going to go on a limb here, and I'm going to pick Ben Rhodes to win the truck race today. And the Xfinity Series race, I'm going to pick Austin Cedric to win the Xfinity Series race. The Cup race tomorrow, I'm going to pick Martin Truex Jr. to win the Cup race. I know Blaney's in a good spot right now to advance. I'm not sure how good his short track percentage is, but they call it Martinsville for nothing, right? So I'm going to say, first it was Mark Martinsville. Now Martin Truex Jr. has just been the dominant driver at Martinsville, except for last year in the fall. Chase Elliott did a must-win, got it done, got the job done there, went to Phoenix, and got that job done holding off BK to capture his first championship at 24 years old. So with that being said, I want to that's my pick for Cup. I'm picking Martin Truex Jr. to lock himself into Championship 4. I see Kyle Busch locking himself in Championship 4, and I'm picking BK. So Kyle Larson, BK, Martin Truex Jr., and Kyle Busch. I believe Ryan Blaney will not make it. I want to see Ryan Blaney win the championship, lock himself in Championship 4. Then again, I could be wrong. He could win the race tomorrow and lock himself in and win a championship. But I'm going to pick Truex. So there you guys go. We're all caught up on what's going on currently. There's nothing new on Ryan Newman, nothing new on Ryan Preece. There's been a lot of announcements that's come around. Daniel Hemrick leaving Joe Gibbs Racing to take over the 11 Colleague Racing car. Lee Filter, as Justin Haley's heading to Cup Series to take over their 16 Cup program next year. Ty Dillon is moving to GeoMeth, the 94 Chevy with a multi-year lease deal with ECR engines. GeoMeth has also hired Grant Enfinger to drive the 23 Silverado, 2-year deal there. Harrison Burton is moving to the Wood Brothers car next year. Austin Cedric is getting the two Ford Mustang next year. Nothing on Eric Almirola as of yet. Nothing on, like I said, on Ryan Newman. There's still a bunch of drivers. Tyler Riddick ain't got nothing figured out for there. Some news did come down as far as RCR, their Xfinity Series program. They are going to field 2 cars next year, both running for the championship. You got Sheldon Creed in the 2 with Will as full-time sponsor, and Austin Hill was announced yesterday. But his crew chief and car number will be named later, so I will go back and comment his car number when I find it out. But again, RCR is making some moves, and the only move they got left is Tyler Riddick. Will he be back in the 8, or I'm kind of thinking Matt D may get the 8. Don't know, but I kind of back in my head, I'm thinking they're going to re-sign Tyler Riddick. So, well, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching, and sorry I haven't been on here that long, or have a lot going on. I'm trying to get my NASCAR YouTube channel going. Having some issues there. I'm kind of working up the bugs there. So, just been super busy. And Halloween's tomorrow. It's October 30th, 2021. And I hope you guys enjoy Martinsville. And I'll be back for the recap. So, you guys have a good day.